categories for like, drama and action, different types of, all the different categories of books. So we're going to make the store categories so sellers can add their own categories. We have a seller that has 1,200 and something movies also, and that would work out well for sellers like that as well.
Yeah, we probably make 30,000 movies. We own video stores, so yeah.
Oh, nice.
We have a lot of videos. We also have a lot of early video promo, real early, like early video store stuff. Because we were actually we opened our first video store before Blockbuster did. They tried to copy one of my promos and failed. Haha. But anyway, yeah, I'm on your site now. I'm checking that a little bit more and stuff. And what is your listing fee?
There is no listing fees. The only fees that we have is 10% if an item sells.
Oh, that's the same as Mercari, which is
there's no expiration on the listings also. So you just list it, whenever you make it inactive or delete it, then then that's the only time it goes down.
Oh, that's good. I don't see a jewelry listing.
Jewelry is actually, we're gonna fix our categories, make it a little bit easier to find some stuff. But right now we're kind of organizing them the way Google Shopping has them. And jewelry, I believe, is under clothing and accessories.
That would make sense.
Kind of a goofy place to put it, I think, but that's how they have it. And
actually, no, that would be right.
Apparel and accessories.
They should change it to clothing, maybe.
Yep,
okay, apparel and accessories. Oh, you have 7,000 items. That's cool. I tend to sell $5 jewelry. I have thousands of pieces. All costume jewelry, not the real stuff. So, what is your shipping and handling? What is your deal with that?
Well, that's up to you. You can set. There's 4 different options for shipping, and let me go to the page where I can read those off to you so I can make a little more sense. For shipping, you can set it so the first item is X amount, like say $3, and then 50 cents for each additional item, or you can set just a flat rate of whatever you want, or you can set a percentage of the total of the order, or you can set it per pound, $1 per pound or whatever. Or what you can do, which you kind of get creative, you can add something in every one of those boxes. Like you can add $1 plus $1 flat rate plus 5% of the total plus, 10 cents a pound or whatever, and it'll add all those together. So it kind of you can actually work pretty well. You can get your shipping rate set up pretty well. And you asked about return policy also?
No, but go ahead. That would be my next question.
Oh, okay, cool. That's entirely up to you as well. The only thing we had to put in a specific return policy according to Google, because for Google Shopping, that's one of the criteria. It has to specifically say, if there is a return policy, it's X number of days, and yes or no, whatever. And so we added basically a fill in the blank where you put in your a drop down box. It'll say all return requests must be authorized by seller and within 7, 14, 30, 60, or 90 days. So once you fill that in, it creates a paragraph that the buyer can see, and it's a uniform paragraph that is accepted by Google. So that way the items, we have to figure out how to, if somebody sometimes people just go on a, rant, 2 or 3 paragraphs long about, if you send it back, it has to be this, and it has to do this, and you have to do it by this amount of time, and if it's open, then this, and you can't do that because Google sees that and they're going to say, no, it's rejected. And if we get very many rejected, then they'll suspend our account, and we have to fix it. And then when it suspends our account, all of the listings go inactive. So we have to be really careful with, keeping Google happy.
Right. That's what I am seeing the issue with other the some of the other places I've listed things where you have something that has a set shipping amount, which kind of sucks because when you're selling something as small as, say, a bracelet, you have two choices, $4 or you eat the cost. And for you to eat the cost of shipping because of the way the post office is now, you're going to say you're going to spend, what, $3 and something. And so you can't really sell it at $5 because at $3 and something, it left you $2, and I spent more than that for it.
Right.
You know, and if it's $4, that makes the buyer spend $9, and that's too much too.
Right. You can use your generalized shipping settings that I went over. That'll cover all of your listings. But if you have one random item that is really lightweight, or really, maybe you have one item that's worth $1,000 or something like that, and you want to add extra for shipping on that item, maybe it only comes up to $3 for shipping. But you want to make it $10 for shipping because you want it insured and you want it registered and you want signature confirmation and all this. Then you can override that where you edit your listings. There's a box where you can change the shipping on that one item too. You can make that one item free shipping, or you can make that item, you can set a certain amount for that item. So it's pretty flexible. We had on Amazon, initially we had our items set up by weight, and it worked pretty well. But then other people started piggybacking on our listings, and we had some stuff like some decals that we were sending out, and it came out to like $3 shipping or something like that. And I was like, okay, that works out good. And all of a sudden I wasn't selling any. And then I went back to the listing. I was like, why am I not selling this item? And then I looked at the listing. It said 30 pounds. So my shipping rate was like $40 or something like that. And I was like, what is going on with that? I never set my shipping rate at $40. So I called Amazon. What's going on? And they were like, oh, that's the other seller changed the weight of that. I was like, and they can do that? When the listing is already there, they can change the description, they can change the details. He said, oh, yeah. Amazon is an open marketplace, and we encourage all sellers to add their contributions because it makes the listings more complete. I said, really? Even if it's not accurate? And they're like, well, we don't have any way to really prove if it's accurate or not because your stuff could be inaccurate. I was like, okay, thanks for your time.
Wow.
So that was one little learning curve. I said, okay, we're going to make sure that it's not going to be an open marketplace, or if it was, if one day we made it, to operate like Amazon, which I think is kind of a neat idea. Once an item is there, the second person, third person, all the people that add themselves and claim they're selling the same product, they're not going to be able to change the pictures. They're not going to be able to change anything on that listing. It's like, look, this is the item. They're verifying by clicking sell now, I have this item, that they have that item. And it's just free range on Amazon. So glad we're not doing that right now.
That would be kind of hard. That would be difficult, definitely. Yeah, I wish they wouldn't have changed that at the post office where you used to be able to ship a package that was very lightweight. As long as it was under the first class, you could send it for first class, like a letter. When they changed it, that really changed the marketplace a lot because those extra couple dollars means a lot when your item is only maybe $5 to start with.
Right. Yeah.
Is there a way around that or not really?
Well, you could still you can still put stamps. You put stuff in an envelope and put stamps on the envelope. That's not a problem with us. I wouldn't recommend it as a seller because then you don't have any confirmation because there are a lot of people that, when they get a package like that, they're going, I never got it. And there's nothing you can say. There's nothing you can, there's no way for you to, even, check tracking or anything. So, we had quite a few orders that when we were sending them out with a stamp, with no tracking, we had quite a few people that said, I never got it. I just refund them, send them a new one. And then we started getting negative feedback for it. And I was like, just contact me. I don't have a problem with refunding your order. Just let me know. Just, I'll fix it. Oh, well, I thought that's how it worked. Like, well, no, not really. But, so we started getting tracking, and then that pretty much went away. So I think it would be a good idea to do tracking and just, add it to your order, make them pay for it.
Well, you figure if it is, you're basically paying $2.61, and then What is the cost of tracking? Is it like $1?
Something like that, yeah.
Although I did see if Stamps.com, it seems like Stamps.com might be a better one because then you can ship some stuff first class with the tracking. But there's $10 and $15 a month. You have to decide if you can if you're making that back. But then again, if you're not making $15 a month, you really shouldn't be selling online.
Right, exactly. Well, we're actually gonna be. I learned recently that Square has changed their programming where we can set them up. We can integrate Square on our website, and as of just a few months ago, that wasn't possible. It was like a seller could put it on their own website because it's their own products, and the payment goes directly to them. But for us to integrate Square and be able to have the money go to all these different sellers, and without us holding the money, it's a whole different world. But since when we're going to do that, we're going to also set up Stamps.com on our website, and when people print postage, it'll go through our account. So we'll be paying $15.99 a month, and when you go to print a shipping label, it'll come out of our account. So it's kind of cool. That's actually the same thing that Amazon pays Stamps.com $15.99 a month. I was
David?
Yeah.
David, I'd like to welcome a new caller online. We have Texas on the line. Good evening, Texas. If you'd like to make a question or a comment, feel free. Our guest tonight is David Pearson of ToucanDeal.com. And while we're on the subject, David, go ahead and elaborate on some of the payment methods that are available there. How can buyers pay for their items on ToucanDeal.com?
Right now, most everybody is using PayPal. We are going to be setting up Square and possibly Stripe, but we've had people request Stripe because they got suspended by PayPal, or they don't like the PayPal rules and withholding money that they do sometimes. But somewhere in the range of 90% of all online transactions are processed by PayPal, and all the other processors make up the other 10%. They're huge, and it's kind of stupid to not use PayPal, even though I've had my own bad experiences with PayPal. It's kind of when in Rome, you just kind of go with the flow, and all the people we're getting from eBay, they're using PayPal, so we kind of have to have it. But we do want to have a couple options in case somebody doesn't like it, doesn't want it, then they can use something else.
I had a question. Thanks, David. I wanted you brought up earlier that you're associated with Google Shopping. Could you explain how that works? What goes on with that? What's the advantages of that? And just to give us a brief explanation of what's going on with that. I thought that was very interesting.
Well, as you know, Google has Google Shopping is different than Google, but it's the same company, and they've got they've got billions of people every day. So if you look for an item, you search for, let's say you're looking for shoes. You type in, Nike shoes, and then there's the options at the top. It says, one of them says images, one says videos, one says shopping. So if you click on shopping, then it'll give a comparison. It'll give you, the item that you search for. It'll give you all the stores that are selling that item. And, they kind of go on a bid process where, the seller with the highest bid is going to be on the first page. And we've had quite a few times I've seen our stuff on the first page. It depends on the item, of course, but they get a lot of people, that when you're looking for stuff, some people, they just, I'm going to look for this item, I'm just going to go to eBay, and they just search there. It's just like a search engine for them. But, a lot of people go to, search on Google, and then they, price check, and you'll see Walmart.com, and you'll see eBay, and you'll see, Amazon, you'll see Etsy, and, you'll see a lot of different marketplaces where you can find the best price.
So you said that the seller bids to Google. You're trying to say that does the seller actually pay Google for this opportunity to have their products displayed in the search, or
No, it's free. It's free to submit your listings to Google, but then you pay per click, and we pay the clicks, not the sellers.
Right. So you're saying your Toucan deal pays the click, not the actual seller, the click
Correct.
through. All right. So, and where do you make your money? I mean, would you get reimbursed somehow for that, or if you're paying for all these clicks?
Yeah, sometimes no. It depends on the item. We have we have one person that sells knives, and he sold quite a few of them. So we're making more in this 10% than than we pay per click. But then we have some items that don't sell at all. There was some Pokemon, some like rare Pokemon cards. They were like $20,000, and we were getting hundreds of clicks every day. And it was like, I was like, wait a second, we just paid $70 this month on clicks for this for the Pokemon cards, because people, they're like looking for them because they're cool, but they don't have the money to buy them. They just want to look at it and read about it, and they're like, oh, okay, that's cool. And then it cost us money, so we had to stop that surge.
It kind of reminds me of the old Yahoo model. Yahoo search engine used to pay per click. Years ago, when I was doing e-commerce for the perfume shop, we had a deal with them, and it seems like they're almost exactly the same thing, and they would even make you up a little ad or a little square ad box. And I think I know what you're talking about. When you do the Google search, they have at the top of the listing, when you're looking for a particular product, they might have like 4 or 5 different photographs of different items for sale on different websites, and there might even be an arrow to the right that you could continue to scroll on. Did I know this correct? Is this what I'm talking about? And they pay you pay like a penny or something per click if somebody clicks through, and or do I have that correct? I think that's what you're talking about. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And that's how a lot of marketing works. Facebook does the same thing. You put an ad on Facebook, you say, what's your budget? It's going to be, $50 a day, and and they give you so much traffic. They give you like, however many clicks per day. So you're paying per click, you're paying per visitor. So that's pretty much how it works.
And so your website eats that, and that's like a complimentary service to your sellers. Then is what you just explained to me. Yes, and that's why a really big advantage. We initially started out. We wanted to do 5% for commissions, but it's just not enough. It's not enough to cover all the marketing and all the development and the security that involved in the security certificates and the just keeping it running, the hosting and all that stuff. Just it adds up to too much. And then we wanted to give back the 2%. So where does that come from? It's just by the time we haven't even collected any money yet, because the money that we collect in the selling fees, we go directly send it right back to our developer for adding new features. The next thing we're going to do is chat. We're going to do a live chat. So when a buyer is looking at a product, they'll see right on the listing, I'll have like a little green flashing light. It'll say, seller is online. If you have a question, message now, or something like that. So it kind of keeps them on the page and says, oh, okay, actually I do have a question. I wonder if they have this in red. And then they can send them a message, the seller's online, and they write back, yeah, here it is. Here's a link to it, and make the sale. That's a feature I don't think either Amazon or eBay has at all, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think they've upgraded to anything like that. I don't think you can.
I'm actually on it.
Or you're on this chat right now?
No, I'm on the Google search.
Google search, yeah. We're talking about he's saying that he's got a real-time chat with the seller at this time.
That's going to be awesome.
Yeah, not yet, but that's one of our next features, and it's gonna cost us probably about $2,000. So.